Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be testing out some new look makeup. I have been wanting to do this video for such a long time. I went to my local new look the other day and I saw the beauty department was on 3 for 2, so I snapped up as many things as I could. I've got pretty much a full face here and I've heard so many amazing things about new look makeup, especially the highlighter. Very excited about that one. So if you want to see my thoughts and the look that I create, please keep watching. So first of all, we have a foundation. This is the Flawless Foundation and Contour Stick. I have mine in the shade Natural Beige, and I believe this was $4.99, so pretty affordable. Looks like a fairly decent colour match. One downside is that from what I could see, they only had 3 colours, which is not ideal. They had like a fair skin one, this one, and then one that was slightly darker, so that is something to bear in mind. Let's see how full coverage this is first. So I don't know what shape I'm drawing over my face here. Okay, it does feel quite oily almost. Where's my blending brush? So it does feel a little bit oily, but maybe it's just a more dewy finish. Actually, on the skin, it doesn't feel overly oily. It doesn't feel matte. It does feel a little bit more dewy and moisturizing, but when you apply it, it's very, very smooth to apply. So it does feel a little bit oily, but on the actual skin, yeah, feels pretty good. Okay, so that is the foundation on. Do I love it? I wouldn't say I love it, I like it. It's not the best foundation stick I've ever come across. The Lottie London one, which I think is around the same price, is a lot better. But if you are wanting to try it out, then it's fine. It's pretty good. It does like a medium coverage. It has got a bit of a shine to it, so if you do have oily skin, probably wouldn't recommend it, but it would be good for dry skin. Yeah, I think it's alright. So next I'm going in with a concealer. This is the Cover and Protect Concealer Crayon. Now I never really use concealer crayons because I don't tend to find they're that great. I think I got this one in the shade Porcelain. Yeah, so if you guys can see that, that's the foundation. That's the shade Porcelain, which I believe it's around the same sort of colour for the lighter foundation. So I'm going to add quite a lot of this because I want to see what the coverage is like. Again, it does feel quite oily. I'm going to go around my nose, down my chin. I chose a colour that was a bit lighter just so I could maybe highlight a little bit with it. I'm also going to go under my brows and slightly on my lids because they didn't have an eye primer or anything like that. Okay, so I literally look like a clown now. Okay. So now I'm just going to blend all of that out again. It blends out to, I'd say, another medium finish. Definitely isn't as oily when you blend it out. I feel like when you apply it, the applicator almost makes it feel oily. But blending it out, it's actually gone, not hard in any way, but it has dried down a little bit, which is actually quite good, so it's not going to be moving all over my face. So I can still see that my slight dark circles are coming through. So it's not the fullest coverage concealer in the world. I'd say this is more of a light coverage. I'm literally so pale in comparison to my body. Thank God we picked up a bronzer. So the base is okay. I'm not in love with it. I don't hate it. It's kind of like a I'll deal with it sort of thing. The concealer costs around £4, I think. So to be honest, I'd probably say go for the Lasting Perfection concealer from Collection. That is a whole lot better and it's like £4.19 or something. So would probably pass on the concealer. I know they do have a concealer palette as well, so I don't know how good that is. But as for that concealer, I'd probably recommend picking up the Collection one or something similar. So next we'll move on to powder. Now they do have a loose powder. I think it's around like $7.99 or something. And I have heard that it does give quite bad flashbacks, so I did steer clear of that one. I'm just going to go in with the Lottie London one that I like. Again, super affordable, it's around the same sort of price, so if you guys are looking for another option, then I definitely recommend that one as well. But I'm just going to set that in place a little bit because this foundation does need setting. This is a brand new Zoeva brush. This is the Petite Face Definer, but I really like it for powder. I'm just going to buff that onto my chin and just around my nose and under my eyes and things like that. Okay, so having powdered this, it does look a little bit more like I've got foundation on. It doesn't look cakey by any means, but before it all kind of sunk into the skin, when you add a powder, it does look a little bit more like you have something on top of your skin. Next I'm going to be going in with this contour kit. This was $6.99 and I've heard again good things about this. I'm gonna go in straight away with the dark contour shade and try and bronze up my face a little bit with this and the bronzer. It's a nice color as well. It's not, like, it looks quite dark in the pan, but when you apply it, it doesn't come out too dark. And it's cool tone, but it's not like making me grey by any means. Yeah, I really like this so far. Seems like a nice little contour kit. Now we're gonna go in with the bronzing shade and pray to God that I can darken up this foundation a little bit. So I'm just gonna go slightly higher. Okay, thank God. This bronzer didn't really look like much in the pan. It doesn't look too much darker than my skin tone, but this is actually coming out a lot more bronzy. I'm then just gonna go in with this highlighting shade here, again with the same Zuba brush as before. And I'm just gonna go down in the center of my face with that. I'm not expecting it to do much. It's not like a banana powder or anything like that. It's just highlighting the area. So next I'm going to move on to eyeshadow. This eyeshadow quad was $4.99 and I got mine in the dark nudes colour. I think they have 3 or 4 different shades, so obviously I went for the most bronzy neutral one. It doesn't have a base shade, so I am just going to quickly go over my lids with this contour shade, the lighter one here, and just pop that over the top. And then I'm going to go in with this shade here to start off with and just pop that in the crease. Just because I think that'll probably be the best transition shade out of the bunch. From what I can see, we've got 3 mattes and 1 very slight shimmer. The slight shimmer is the darkest brown there. This is a really nice colour, but you all knew I was going to say that because it's a warm tone brown. I'm then going to go in just with the same brush and I'm going to go in with that ashy tone here. And I'm actually going to pop that mostly over my lids, slightly in the crease as well. And just kind of blend that in. I'm then going to go in with the same shade, so just the warmer one underneath. That is really, really nice. I'd say that's worth it for the $4.99 in itself. And then I'm just going to take a little bit of that dark shade. I don't want to go too dark today. But I'm just going to put some of that in my crease to deepen that. I'm not going to blend it out just yet. And again, just take a fluffy brush and just blend that out. These eyeshadows are actually really, really blendable. Okay, happy with that. Looks exactly the same as every other one of my everyday makeup looks. But it's one of those everyday kind of days today. Next I'm going in with a felt tip liner. This was $3.99. So I'm pretty excited about this because I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see that, but it's quite pigmented and quite black and also quite fine as well. So I'm just going to take the contour kit mirror and I'm going to map this out a little bit. I can already tell I'm going to like this. That is insanely black. I really, really like this eyeliner. If it lasts, if it doesn't smudge all over the place, then big thumbs up. I will check in a little bit after I've come back from town, so I can let you know how I get on with it. Now we're going to move on to a mascara. This one was $3.99 and it's their lengthening one. They do have a few different ones. I picked this one up because it has a pretty similar wand to the False Lash Epic one. It's like a sort of plasticky one, which I quite like. Yeah, I definitely recommend this as a mascara. And at £4, it's pretty damn affordable as well. I like that. So next up, we're gonna go in with brows. This is the Precision Eyebrow Pen, and hopefully you guys are gonna be able to see this. It has like a marker end, and it also has a thin end as well. It does look fairly warm toned, but it looks pretty good because it's not too intense or opaque. So I'm gonna start off with the thinner side and attempt to fill these guys in. Okay, yes, it's definitely a lot more warm tone than I'm used to. I feel like this colour would be good if you have more warm toned hair and brows, because for me, it's just a bit too red toned. I mean, it's working. I don't actually mind the formulation. I think the formulation is quite good, but it is just a bit too red toned for me. I don't think you guys can see that, but here especially, it's just gone a little bit more sort of warm. It's not too blocky though, which I like. You can literally draw in your brows. And it's not like over the top. But this sneezing is. I don't hate it. I don't love it. I probably, in fact, I'd definitely rather pick up the brow pomade from Freedom. But it works, it does the job. I am now going in with what I am probably most excited about out of everything that I've bought. This is one of their highlighters. Actually, I'm lying. This is actually a bronze. Apparently it says bronze baked face powder, but I mean, that looks like a highlighter to me. If you guys go into the store, you can swatch everything and hello, how you doing? This looks so, so good. They do obviously do regular highlighters. I think one is meant to be a dupe for MAC Soft and Gentle. But I saw this and I just fell in love with the colour, so I thought I would give this a go as a highlighter. I'm just going to take my, whatever it's called, the Fusion brush from Zoeva, and can we salvage this skin? Yes we can. Oh baby. I don't know how they think this is a bronzer because it is making that Cupid's bow pop. I'm now just going to quickly go in with a smaller brush, pop that on the inner corner, try and wake myself up a bit because I am conscious that these dark circles are showing, and a little bit on the brow bone as well. And then last but not least is another product that I am incredibly excited about. It's their liquid lipsticks. They have around 7 shades maybe. I actually asked Ollie which colour I should get. He was with me at the time and I was doing like a big sort of supermarket sweep of New Look for their makeup. And I said, pick a colour. We've ended up with this one, so we'll see how it goes. This one is in the shade Nude Rose. Boy knows I love a nude. So it's got like a kind of flat doe foot applicator. Oh my god, these smell so good. They smell like MAC lipsticks, like actual cake. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see this. I'm going to try and scrape off as much product as I can. But the doe foot kind of squidges in, which means it should hug the lips as well. Okay. Hello, pigment. I have swatched these on my hands before, and they do not budge. So I have high hopes. Okay, I'm in love. These are awesome. Obviously, I don't know how they wear or anything like that, but how they feel, spot on. Okay, you guys, so this is the finished look. I am pretty happy with the outcome. There was a moment there where I was thinking, am I gonna need to wear a bag over my head as I walk into town? But I'm happy with the overall look. I love the highlighter, love the liquid lipsticks. Liner is good, brow product, not the best, but it's okay. Contour kit, really, really nice. Foundation and concealer, like I said, you could probably find something for around the same price. It's a little bit better. What else? Mascara, love the mascara. Eyeshadows, really, really nice, nicely and pigmented as well. Yeah, I am generally pretty happy with the overall look, and I mean, I'm obviously gonna have to pick up every single one of these at some point and do a swatching video. Let me know what you think. So I'm now gonna head out for a few hours and get my nails did. I'll check back with you guys in a couple of hours and I'll let you know how the makeup's wearing. Okay guys, so I am back. It's probably been around 3.5, 4 hours or so since I first did my makeup, and it looks pretty much the same. I haven't touched it up whatsoever, I haven't reapplied any lipstick, powdered, nothing like that. So it does look pretty good. There are a few things to note though. Okay, so this is how it looks close up. I don't know if you guys can see, but on my smile lines, just here, and also on this side, you can see that the foundation has sort of crept into those lines a little bit. It's also looking a little bit shiny around my nose and around the areas that I did powder. The brows look pretty much exactly the same. The eyes look pretty much exactly the same, to be fair. I'm still not in love with the concealer because I do think I look a little bit more tired than usual under my eyes. What else? The lipstick, I have this to show you guys. So I had this like 3 hours or so after I put my makeup on, so it's safe to say the liquid lipstick should have dried down. If I give it a quick rub, yeah, you can see they are not transfer proof, but then again, they're pretty comfortable to wear, to be honest. The only other issue is that you guys may be able to see this probably isn't my sexiest face, but you can see it has kind of gone around the lines here, if I show you there. So it has sort of balled up and created a bit of a line around my lips, but I did get a few compliments on my lipstick while I was out, and this isn't the normal colour that I usually go for, but yeah, like people at Tills and a few people that I knew, they were saying that they really like the colour, so that's a plus. Okay, so overall I'd have to say that I'm pretty happy with New Look makeup. I'd say maybe a 7 out of 10. I really do love the highlighter. You can see it even more here. So I'm definitely going to be picking up more of those as well. I think I will pick up one of the actual highlighters and give that a whirl soon. So maybe I'll do like a first impressions video or something on that. To be fair, you can't actually see the line where the liquid lipstick is kind of rubbed off unless I literally pull it down like that or do a kissing face or something. What else? The base, you guys know I wasn't in love with the base to start with. There are other bases you can find on the drugstore that are probably just a few pounds more that work a whole lot better, but it's okay if you are dying to try it out, or I don't know if it's like a perfect colour match for you or whatever. You can make it work. It's not a bad foundation or concealer by any means like that. Just if you are a little bit tired like me, then it may not cover up everything. But yeah, overall, I definitely recommend checking out New Look makeup. I think they're still on 3 for 2 at the moment, so you can pick things up a little bit cheaper, because obviously some things like the liner for £4, pretty cheap, pretty bog standard, but then things like some of the powders, like the highlighters, are around £8. They are starting to creep up there in price a little bit more, so if you do want anything, then I'll leave links to things down below, and hopefully by the time this video goes up, it'll still be on 3 for 2. As always, please do give this video a big thumbs up if you did like it, and let me know if you want me to do more check-ins on my testing makeup videos. Also subscribe if you don't want to see more of me. I post 3 times a week on Tuesdays, Thursdays and Sundays. But apart from that, that's it from me. I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.